Welcome back to Uthanax Legion, a division of the Kolat Information Network. Um, we are back today continuing our set review for Into the Accordlands with the rogue actions. Previous videos are linked in the description below. So our first card up is Assassin's Strike. Level 4 rogue action react before this character makes a melee strike roll against a spent character. This character gains advantage for the strike. The strike inflicts an additional wound. This is a rather powerful uncommon. Um, it's typically only going to be for um, things like Warlord Alarin Gaunt is going to definitely be playing this. Um, and you're, at least in this format, you're almost always going to be dealing with a spent character at some point. Um, so this is a this is a fantastic card that can finish a unit seemingly out of nowhere. Um, uh, and we don't have some of our old equipment that says even if this character is spent, he's considered ready. So none of that funny business. No, 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 no. Next is a reprint. This is Black Oak Arrows. Level 1 action. React. Before this character makes a ranged strike roll, gain +3 to the die roll. Simple, easy to understand. Um, if you're a range strike deck, you might be in the market for this. Um, +3 is a decent enough bonus that it could make a difference. Um, it's only sad face when you play one or more of these and then roll a one, mm, and then you hear um not sure how many of these that I would run in my deck, but there are there are fewer options early in the format, so um it's possible that you will probably run some number. Next is Cryptwine. This is a level 2 rogue action. React. Before this character makes a ranged strike roll, the strike inflicts an additional wound. So this is also a reprint um, uh, from back in the day. um, Again, the game of chance is involved because you don't know if the strike's going to hit or not. But being able to potentially deal 2 wounds and finish off a warlord or finish off a higher powered character um, before they make it to the front line could be quite invaluable. Cunning Shot. This is also a reprint, a level 2 rogue action. Order. Perform a +4 range strike that does not inflict wounds. If the strike hits, spend the target and move them forward 1 rank. Um, Being able to get one of your opponent's characters to fall forward, whether by eliminating ranks or with an effect like this, it can be very powerful. I know playing Gaunt, I was able. He made it all the way to the front line, started mowing down the front line, and so my opponent's Warlord had to fall forward to the second rank, and then I immediately cunning shotted um, his Warlord, got the hit, pulled him to the front of the first rank, and then we started to um, do some more um, powerful things to the Warlord. Um, I've always liked this card, being able to pull it closer to you, especially if your deck is less range strike based and more melee based. Um, Being able to pull something to the front line so it's not hiding behind stuff is very good. Death from Above. This is another reprint. This one's from fourth edition, if I remember correctly. Level 3 rogue action. React. After target opposing character moves into a rank 2 ranks away, perform a +4 range strike against the target. Mm. So again, another way to surprise your opponent with an action from your hand and not see something on the board. Um, to hit them with a range strike. Um, and again, react speed and tempo is a very important aspect of the game. So they move within 2 ranks. So if you're in the first rank, if they move from the third rank to the second rank, you can play Death from Below. And now he could end up with a wound on him. And if you're one of the 3 health characters, Chuckles, you could be in danger very quickly. Next is Dizzying Footwork. This is a level 4 rogue action. React. Before target character makes a strike roll, the target suffers disadvantage for the strike. Um, Roll 2 dice, and you get to choose the lowest result. Um, so this is one of your protection cards. Um, if Since Oleron Gaunt wants to be in the front line to start stabbing things, um, there are times he's going to be attacked. Obviously, being your warlord. So a card like this makes it a little harder for them to hit your warlord. Um, so giving some added protection is always a good thing. Dupe. This is a um, level 4 rogue action. React. After this character is targeted by a melee strike, move to a different position in the rank. The strike is a critical failure, and the character performing the strike must succeed with a dexterity save, DC 8 plus this character's skill, or be unable to perform melee strikes this turn. Um, this is also one of those cards that's invaluable in Oleron Gaunt, because if they target him, he can move to another position in the rank, which triggers his react to perform a melee strike. Um, so you're sort of dancing around the front line and doing some ridiculous things. So if your opponent makes the mistake of targeting that high level rogue, particularly Gaunt, you can really mess up his work. Ah, the legendary role action for rogues, Epic Betrayal. Level 5 rogue action with poison. Roll order. Target a spent character within one rank. 1 through 9, perform a melee strike against the target. 10 through 19, perform a melee strike against the target that inflicts an additional wound. Better. 20, perform a melee strike against the target. If the strike hits, the target is killed. All right, so less than 5% chance of just straight up killing the target, but there aren't many characters in the game with 3 hit points or more. Um, and obviously, this is not a guaranteed to wound on either of these, but if it's your warlord that's swinging at something, you're probably gonna kill it with this or hit it with either of these swings. Um, it'll be fantastically funny if you roll a 20 and then go, let's see if I can kill you. I don't care how many hit points you got left, you're dead. Also, epic piece of art here. It just sort of fits. Looks like something out of Mortal Kombat. Flurry of Knives. This is another reprint. It's a level 3 rogue action. Spend order. Perform 3 plus 2 range strikes. Oh. This originally was printed in 4th edition, and I did not play in 4th edition, so I honestly don't know if this card was ever used. Um, a spend order for 3 plus 2 range strikes certainly seems powerful. Um, but having to spend a level 3 or higher rogue to do it means that depending on how good your ranks are, you could be stunning to the front rank afterwards. Um, this card might be one I experiment with, but right now, um, it would need to do a lot of. We would need to um, wound more at least one character to break even, and probably two. And so, um, this one is a one on my we'll see list. Another new card. This is Hunt from Above. It's a level 3 rogue action rare. Order. Gain stealth plus 10 this turn. Survey. If this character is a scout, uh, it gains True Strike this turn. So let's go over the stealth plus 10. If a as a limited react, if you are targeted by an attack, melee or ranged, you may succeed with a stealth check. So the plus 10 plus your um, skill bonus and, versus a 20. If you succeed, the strike's canceled. Um, you can only do that once per turn while you're on your side of the table. But stealth also allows you to move in to your opponent's ranks. And while you're in your opponent's ranks, you may use the stealth ability once per level. So if you're a warlord, you're probably a level 4 or level 5. Um, so you will get either 3 or 4 more chances to stop to cancel strikes while you're in there. Survey is you look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put any number on the bottom and the rest on top of your deck in any order. And then True Strike reads that while this character is making a melee strike, I believe it's melee only, um, the strike cannot be canceled or redirected. So that's a lot to unpack in one card. Um, Honestly, I think this is pretty good. The stealth plus 10, especially if your warlord's up on the front rank and it's like, oh, your warlord swinging at me? No, probably not. Um, and True Strike is a pretty good ability. Survey is just icing. Next is Pin Down. This is a level 2 rogue action with 2 abilities. Order, perform a +0 range strike. If the strike hits, the target may not move this turn unless it is falling forward. Spend React. After target opposing character moves without spending, spend the target. Um, so I'm not fully sure how effective this card's going to be. Um, it's easily played from your rank 2, which is fine. Um, Stopping um, journeying or, the normal movement action would be fine. Um, but also, a lot of the level 2s in this game only have 1 hit point. So the second line of text on the order is not going to mean much. The spend react might be useful against cavalry decks that wants to get their big units to the front and them using the horse to move forward, the steed to move forward without spending. This might be a pretty good section. Ooh, but I don't know how much usage you're going to get out of it um, in the majority of games. Next is Quick Dodge. This is a level 1 action, and it reads React. After this character is targeted with a strike, this character gains +5 AC for the strike. So again, this is another protection spell, making you harder to hit. Played on your Warlord, the only thing that's going to hit is a 20 most of the time. Because I think most of the Warlords are 14 armor class. Um, um, but even doing one of these on your front rank, um, playing this and going +5, changing it from like, a 10 or 12 to a 15 or 17 is a big difference. Um, so again, here's another way to sort of steal tempo from your opponent, thinking he's got an easy shot, and then you go +5 AC for the strike. You failed. Okay. Now you have a spent character, and I don't have a dead character, which is what I want. Rapid Dash. No, not the Pokemon. This is a level 3 action. with a roll order. Roll 1 through 9, you journey, aka move forward or backward 1 rank. 10 through 19, you journey, and then after you journey, you perform an order. So basically, you get a free, you get an additional action after you move forward or back rank. So that's very good about stealing tempo. Um, and then the if you roll a 20, move to the first rank of any formation. Gain stealth plus 10 this turn. Now, I don't know. I don't know how many. Um, I don't know how much the stealth plus 10 is going to matter if you move to the front rank of your opponents. Um, um, Formation. Because you only have this till end of turn, and you probably only have what, say 3 strikes or so. And your opponent's warlord may still be in the back rank, so you may not be able to even get to them. But even just moving your warlord to the front rank, and then gaining stealth for the rest of the turn makes it very difficult for your opponent to hit your warlord. And that's what you want, especially as a rogue, right? You're trying to be sneaky and hide and everything. Um, Speaking of sneaky, this is a reprint. It's a level 4 rogue action called Sneak. It's a rare. React. After this character is targeted with a non-attack action, succeed with a perception check, DC 18, to cancel the action. Now, it's my understanding that the original version of this card um, was worded differently. I'm trying to pull it up quickly here. Ah, yes. The original versions says after an action targets this rogue. Um, oh, well, I guess this hasn't been errated. I stand corrected. It reads the same way. So I don't know. I was reading some other comments about this card that said it had been errated, but I do not see that where it has been errated. It's worded differently, but it's the same action. Um, so you can cancel a non-attack action against your character, which, depending on what you're playing against, is perfectly fine. Um, but I think, um, something like Charm Person or Sleep or something of that nature, uh, would be good to cancel. But um, most of the stuff that we're going to be flinging each other are going to have attacks attached, and so I don't think it's that great. Sneak attack. This is a new card. It is a level 2 rogue action. Order, perform a +4 melee strike that may only target a spent character. Um, Fantastic design. Um, there's always been a sub theme within rogues where you get to you get bonuses if a character that you are attacking is spent. That's been a rogue thing forever. Um, but I there hasn't been many of these particular effects like we have with sneak attack. So I'm actually glad to see one printed. It's a very good card, and you're going to see lots of it because at level 2, you get to use it on more of your characters. Um, so if your opponent's characters in the front line are taking a nap after eating lunch, um, they are probably going to get hit with a sneak attack. Spiked Pit Trap. This is a level 1 rogue action. Spend order. Target a rank. Whenever a character moves into that rank this turn, they must succeed with a reflex save, a DC 12, or suffer a wound. So a DC of 12 is not going to be, it isn't a lot. Let me see if I can pull up a level 2. Okay. Now, the good news is, like, I pulled up Matt Pat Carrick. Um, so he's a Nothrog, and he has +2 skill. So he would need a 10 or better. So he's only got about 50% odds. Um, I was trying to pull up some more level 2s. Hmm. Yeah, looks like it's about a 50% chance for a level 2 to move up to level 1 and get hit with the spike pit trap. I like the design of this card. It really makes it hard for decks that want to move forward, to cavalry decks, to get their big units into the front rank up there without potentially taking extra wounds that they can't afford. Um, this might even be something that you'd run maybe in a ranged attack deck where your front rank is shooting at your opponent's second rank. Um, and it's like I want to get out of there because it, I can be better off in the front rank going at the front rank characters that are trying to is trying to do range strikes back further, and then inadvertently they end up triggering this move, trying to move into the front rank, and now one of their second rank character or their level 2 characters just died. So intriguing card. Not sure that I know of a home for it as of yet. Swift. Uh, Level 1 rogue action order journey. Simple. Uh, Been a reprint. As a matter of fact, I think it's been in every base edition of the game. Um, This is one, obviously, in Aller Gaunt, I'm running three of this because you want to move to the front ranks, and sometimes you do want to move out of danger. Um, but then you could also have higher level um, rogues that you want to get to the front line, and maybe you didn't see your Cloud Racer. So a cheap action to help you get to the front and start punching things. And last, the rare is Swivel. This is a new rogue, level 5 rogue action. React. Before this character targets a range strike, gain marksmanship +5 for the strike. Journey. So you announce that you're going to make a range strike. Play this. You give them marksmanship +5. You complete the journey, forward or backward one rank. Then decide if you're going to. Obviously, you're by playing this, you're going to use the marksmanship check, which is um, you take the plus value on with marksmanship, add your skill bonus, roll uh, a check, and if your check is at 20 or higher, then you get um, one of three options. The strike may target a character an additional rank away. The strike has +5 to the die roll, or the strike deals an additional wound. Um, Obviously, this is for your range strike deck, like maybe a Mare Haven deck. Um, but you can see how that is powerful as maybe you acted like you were going to target something in your opponent's um, second row, and then you played this and moved to the first rank, and then passed the marksmanship check and was gonna fire an arrow at your opponent's warlord, which would be crazy, um, but doable. All right, that's all for the rogue only actions. Tell me, what did you think of my analysis? Did you agree with anything? Did you disagree with anything? Leave your thoughts and comments in the description below, and I will see you next time as we go over the wizard actions. Until we meet again, no matter the game, there's no escape from the tiger.